Welcome back to Crypto Strategies with Chris. So today in this video, we are going to go over some news which I believe is pretty bullish for the crypto markets. Yes, we are in fear and the markets are just doing horrible, but we must remember that the night is always darkest just before the dawn. Let's get to it. Okay, so let's start off with some ETF news. So you can check with cryptocurrency ETF tracker and you can check this chart. You can see that right now we are down $2 billion of Bitcoin ETFs, and for Ethereum $222 million we are down. And you can check this graph right here. You can see this is the worst in history of outflows for the ETFs. You can see that this is the most outflows in one day that has ever happened before. But yes, it sounds bad and it looks bad, but honestly, ETFs are still new for Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's only been since March of last year, 2024, and about almost going to be a year. So all of this is within 1 year, and that's okay. It's not too big of a deal. These are going to happen. But this does give me some insight to the future, because a lot of people with big money, they're going to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. Institutions, the wealthy people, they're going to buy that. You can see from what's going on right now with the extreme fear, all these sell-offs, and even BlackRock sent so much Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs to Coinbase. You can see that whenever the bear market comes, the same thing's going to happen. We will have a bear market with crypto. So this kind of helps you to mentally prepare that, okay, I need to make sure I exit on the greens so that whenever the bear market comes, that I can rebuy in, because we don't want to go into the FOMO of, oh, it's going to go up forever. Everybody has ETFs. Nobody's going to sell. People are going to sell, and you don't want to be one of the ones holding your backs. And some good news for Ondo Finance. Ondo Finance brings tokenized RWA to MasterCard network. You can see MasterCard has onboarded Ondo as its first ever tokenized real-world asset provider for its multi-token network. Businesses within the network that onboard Ondo's stablecoin OUSG will earn yield on their idle cash. And that's pretty awesome. A lot of institutions and businesses, they're going to definitely jump in on that. According to Ondo Finance, MasterCard brings short-term US government treasuries to users for the MasterCard network. This development means businesses can now tap into the benefits that come with tokenized treasuries. And if you remember of any of my last videos, if I ever talked about Ondo, Ondo is the RWA token for this cycle. BlackRock's behind it. So many people are behind Ondo and they're using Ondo. Ondo, if you were to ever get into any RWA project, to me, in my opinion, not financial advice, it would be Ondo. It's a great price right now. You can see Ondo's chart. It's at 96 cents. And you can see it fell from $2.07 all the way down to under $1. So to me, that is a great point of entry. And you can even buy at a better deal than when World Liberty Finance, when Donald Trump, little organization, they bought at a higher price. So you are doing great if you want to jump into this project, $2 cost average into Ondo. Just my opinion. Now we do have somewhat some bad news about some meme coins. US lawmakers propose act to ban meme coins like Trump token. You can see in the post, Democrats have introduced the Meme Act to ban top officials and their families from issuing or promoting any kind of meme coins. You can see Trump's crypto token is an abuse of power and raises ethical concerns, which I do agree, it does have some concerns. The bill proposes fines, prison sentences, and bans on financial assets while allowing investors to sue officials if they were to ever break this act. The Meme Act faces strong opposition in the GOPD, which basically means Grand Old Party. Controlled Congress, making a passage unlikely. Now the GOPD is basically, I believe, a lot of Republicans, or it's mainly all Republicans, and Donald Trump is a Republican. So yeah, I can see this at least getting like paused or postponed, or they might just completely kick it out. So I believe Trump, he has his own meme coin, his wife has their own meme coin, so it just may not get passed. If we were to check out the Trump meme coin, you can see the chart right here. It has suffered a bit of a decline, and that news of the meme coin act came out today, and this is a 24-hour chart. So you can see, yeah, they got the news and they have been selling. It's now at $12 and the market cap is still 2.5 billion of a market cap, so that's pretty good still. It's holding up kind of strong, but remember, I believe next month they are going to have some unlocks, so this token may just dump even further. So you want to make sure you've done your research if you are considering getting into Trump coin. In the past, I strategized if I was to get into Trump coin, I would wait for basically this price point. I was waiting for anywhere between 1 billion to 5 billion, but I'm just not going to get in it. I'm not going to get in it right now, just my opinion. But you do your own research and you make your own decision. Now we have some stablecoin news. Launch of USD peg stablecoin by second largest U.S. bank, pending regulatory approval. You can see in this post, Bank of America to launch their stablecoin if lawmakers pass legislation. It's pretty clear there's going to be a stablecoin which is going to be a fully dollar-backed. It's no different than a bank account. If you didn't know, about a couple of days ago, the Senate had a meeting about basically the bipartisans of crypto, and the main topic was stablecoins, and they are even proposing an act. The Genius Act is the first major crypto legislation introduced in the 119th Congress, but certainly will not be the last. And even more people are creating drafts for stablecoin legislation. And you can see right here, White House Crypto and David Sachs, he hoped to pass the Genius Act within President Trump's first 100 days in office. That would be awesome. That would be huge. That would send crypto to the moon. A lot of people will come and recognize crypto. Now, here's some of the views or some of the points about the Genius Act. The Genius Act defines a payment stablecoin as a digital asset used for payment or its settlement in pegged to a fixed monetary value. It also establishes clear procedures for institutions seeking license to issue stablecoins. They also reserve requirements and light touch, tailor regulatory standards for stablecoin issuers. They're going to implement these things. Also, for issuers of more than 10 billion of stablecoins, the Federal Reserve's regulatory framework to depository institutions. They even have a program for the non-bank issuers. They allow for state regulation of issuers under $10 billion in market capitalizations, and it establishes supervisory examination and enforcement regimens with clear limitations. So I know a lot of that's kind of confusing. They use big terms and blah, blah, blah. But basically this was the first meeting for digital assets. This is becoming mainstream. This is how the US and eventually the world is going to adopt crypto. We have to start with the stable coins. Stable coins, the liquidity. Stable coins what helps all of crypto to really function. Without stable coin, that would make crypto a whole lot harder to trade, and it's weird. We need the stable coin. So the fact that stable coins are going to get regulated first, it's huge. Here's some more bullish news for Bitcoin. Kathy Wood says Bitcoin consolidation extremely healthy amid early stages of institutional adoption, which she is totally right. She has stated that the market structure remains strong and the flagship crypto asset may soon have a massive breakout. She also says we would not want the market to continue straight up to the right without looking back. We want a wall of worry. Which she is completely right. This is something every investor, especially if you're in crypto, you need to understand. We cannot always go up and to the right, even though we want those gains, we want to be rich. It can't be that way. We need corrections. We need healthy corrections, and we need to just learn how to cope with them. Investing in crypto is really just about coping with the up and downs and mentally keeping your mind and emotions in check, so that you buy in the red, you sell in the green, and you make money. We cannot be so emotional about this. We cannot have unhealthy emotions and mentality when it comes to investing. If we do, we need to get ourselves in check. We need to do research. We need to do something. But she is right. Let me show you the CME gap. So here's a little graph about Bitcoin. Now you see the CME gap. You see this chart right here. It shows this is the CME gap. And this must be filled. Typically, traders look for little short-term advantages or strategies when it comes to CME gaps. Now, the reason why this happened was because, of course, with traditional futures, Bitcoin futures, they are only open Monday through Friday. they do not trade over the weekend. Bitcoin, though, on crypto exchanges, they are 24/7, so they keep trading. So a CME gap gets created whenever that happens. And since you can see that, I guess over the weekend it exploded in price, this needs to be filled because of the futures. So now that we are going right here to make that fill, to fill it up, most of the time, once it gets filled or it gets touched, basically when it gets filled, it bounces back up. We are so close to filling it. We are at typically 84 right now. It looks like the gap was mostly around 80 to 79, 76, which is what I said in my last video. There's rumors that it needs to get filled, and that's what's considered a healthy correction. We need it to be filled so that it's at its true value, and then it can take off. If we keep that gap there, it's going to eventually come back anyways. So might as well have it filled now so that we can take off and continue into our bull market. Now for the last chart, I want to show you the power of law. You can see right here, the red line is support, the purple line is resistance, and the green line is just kind of the average or the regression fit, which is what this site calls it. Now you can see we are just bouncing around in this green. We're in the green, we're in the red. We've been like this all the way since basically 2022. But you can see overall, hey, when in doubt, zoom out, we are still in a big uptrend. So that's beautiful. If we were to go back to the last bull market, you can see right here in 21 that this is where the bull market happened. Bitcoin exploded, but you can see right here, I know the numbers are in the way, but you can see all this bouncing around within the green and the red lines. And that is exactly where we are right now. We are bouncing around, but eventually, hopefully in March and April and even May, this is when this is going to uptrend up. Just like right here, it's going to uptrend up. Now, I believe once it does, this is pretty strong chart. It looks pretty beautiful. You can see how much underneath the green line it is on this last bull markets. Look how it's touching the green. It's just hugging it. Now, I believe this pump will get us closer to this purple line, and that's gonna get us, let's say we're about right here. That's gonna lead us anywhere from $129,000 Bitcoin to a $472,000 Bitcoin. That's a big range, but that is where it's projecting it should land. The lowest it should go is 129, and that's still a new all-time high from now. And that's still a good price, but it could go further. So as long as we keep on this trajectory, we're gonna be fine. That's it for this video today. Let me know if you are still bullish about crypto. Are we still gonna have an explosive year? This is supposed to be the year that we have all been waiting for since last bull market. So let me know in the comments what you think. What's your Bitcoin price prediction, and when do you think altcoin season is going to happen? Let me know down in the comments. Press that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, friends.